Okay, I'm Colonel Cliff Soreen, and that song is 10 Years After by Alvin Lee. I'd like to change the world, and I don't know how to do it. Okay, so I was hit by very strong scalar wave weaponry today. Scalar wave weaponry is basically something that can knock you on your ass. It's not fired by a gun. It can come from satellite. It can come from cell phone towers. It can come, basically, it can be modified in many different ways. And it's very long distance. It's very long distance. It could be sent from the far side of the, God knows how far. It was something that Nikola Tesla discovered around the late 1800s, 1900. And it's a variation of Qi. So if you've ever studied Qigong or some of those Eastern arts, it's a it can be a positive. You can use it as a positive healing thing, as positive Qi, but it can be turned into a negative form of Qi as a weapon. So I got hit by a huge sleepy wave, and also I felt very sick to my stomach. So they're trying to keep me from being active, so they're knocking me on my ass. I don't have a defense for it. Now, you know, in Harry Potter, they always had the defenses against the dark arts. I think if you found a Qigong master somewhere, they would be probably the best people to be able to talk to you about how you would defend it. You'd have to build up your personal energy incredibly strong in order to either diffuse it, the negative Qi, or to maybe even bounce it off you and send it back where it came. I just find that my own personal level of energy, it's not good enough. And it might be that if there was more people who were like me, working as a team, that we could, topple these scalar wave attacks. So if you're somebody who is into Qigong, other kinds of ways of developing your personal power, in Hawaiian they call it mana. In India they call it prana, and but that's basically the names that you're going to use. But it's basically in Star Wars they called it the Force. Okay, so that might help you. So it's the Force, and you can be either neutral or totally unsensitive to the Force, or you could be using it for positive purposes, or you could be using it for negative purposes. So there you go. That's your update. My t-shirt is these little tanks and the evolution of tanks from little ones into stronger ones. And that seems to be the way that things always go, from being, very tiny to large. But then again, you have miniaturization, and maybe you don't need enormous tanks in order to cause a lot of grief. You could just have very small technologies. I'm not going to be able to take any questions today. I understand David Wilcock has filled the airwaves with so much of his same blather over and over again that everyone's got tired of talking about what's going on planet Earth and the alternative news and has turned it off. I include myself in that group. I did follow him for a while. I followed Governor Ventura, Jesse Ventura, for a while. But I found that they just kept churning out the same stuff, never giving us anything really new. And Though there was a bunch of people that were talking about, space aliens in Antarctica. All I know is that people in my area have been seeing really weird things from my interviews with people. I mean, my area changes quite a bit, but we have to manufacture new. Okay, I'm being hit by scalar waves. So you see how I kind of lost my train of mind and I'm even having trouble talking? This is a negative chi. This is what it does to you. So if you've ever seen some of those TV news people, they got videos on YouTube of somebody having a major meltdown. This is what it's like. It's when you're being attacked by scalar waves. It affects your ability to think and your ability to talk. It makes you sick. Okay, I can't talk anymore. I have to go lie down again. I'm being hit by these scalar waves. But if you're an expert at qigong and you want to be on the team, just make a comment somewhere and say, hey, I want to help. I'm Colonel Cliff Soreen.